Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Keith Jenkerson. Keith is a co-founder, and the head of operation at Simpliworks. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Keith. Keith, welcome.
Hey, Siddique, thank you so much for the time. It's an honor to be here.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Really, throughout my life, watching my family face challenges and grow, especially my mom, seeing her work so hard to really give us the life that we wanted, and just seeing how she lived the question of why not me, why not, why can't I do this, and she really lives that and breathes that, and imbued me with that idea of why not. There's nothing in the world that you can't do if you don't just put the efforts towards it. And really, that influences why I do what I do now, why I'm an entrepreneur, and why we're choosing to try to really change the way advertising is going in the future. Yeah.
What are the top three reasons why do people fail?
I think number one reason is over planning. Rather than just going out and doing it, you're going to learn way, way more if you just go out and try. Just start writing those blogs. Just start doing something. If you start doing it, you're going to learn a lot more, and you're actually going to move a lot faster than if you try to plan everything out and make everything perfect. Second reason can be the people you surround yourself with. Are they pushing you, or are they dragging you down? Are those kind of people that you imagine yourself being around when you are successful, or do the things that you want to do? Really, those are my two biggest things. And finally, oftentimes it does come down to capital, which is tough, but and it requires really a whole lot of networking to get around those problems, and getting people on your side, convincing people to work with you. So I really would say one is over planning, two is the people you surround yourself with, and three is a lack of capital or a lack of a network, which are all things that you can work on.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
My greatest failure was probably in our first venture. So Malik McRae, my CEO and co-founder, we had an adventure earlier on in college where we were creating biodegradable tech accessories. So this was like phone cases and other stuff. And we learned a lot. We did a lot. Again, it was over planning. Like, we had this whole story about the brand and all these other things, rather than just like going out and starting to sell it. We got the product fully designed. We pushed it all the way to production. It was beautiful, all of that. But because we overplanned and didn't really focus on sales and getting that message across, we really ran into a pretty heavy capital constraint, and we didn't have people around us with capital to invest in it because we weren't actively communicating our message to investors. And so, and additionally, we didn't have a team around us either at the time. So it was really all three things to culminate in what was a great learning experience, but absolutely wasn't a great business. It was just a great exploration.
How did you recover from it?
So luckily I was in college, so I was able to just move on and learn from it, and really take all the things that we did and didn't do and do them right in Simpliworks, and really focus on doing them right in Simpliworks. So in this journey, the whole time we've been actively communicating with investors, finding friends, growing our networks throughout this entire journey. Additionally, we got the right people on the bus and kicked the wrong ones right off the bus early on. And really covering those bases has actually allowed us to have some success and find success in things that we didn't expect were going to be successful in the beginning. For example, creating product listings for Amazon so we can do that in 48 hours. That was something early on we had no intention of ever doing, but are finding it's actually one of our biggest drivers of success in our ads is high quality product listing. So that's just one of the examples.
What are your top three success secrets that others can model from?
Mm. The number one piece of advice that I got that I continue to live by is ask great questions. If you can ask great questions to anyone, you'll have much better relationships. You will learn way, way more. And oftentimes people will look at you differently if you ask good questions. You don't have to prove you're the smartest person in the room. Just ask good questions. You don't have to know everything. Just ask good questions. Second thing is meet people where they're at. So don't try to assume, like, for example, with my team, I like to pull out their innovations. They're not working with me because I'm the smartest person or anything like that. They're working with me because we have a really good idea, and I'm working with them because I think they're really smart and I want to get the answers from them. So like, I really don't like the idea of the manager knows all and does all. Really, my job as a manager is to curate a brain trust and find the right people, get them in the right room, and ask the right questions to get the best results. So, and then third, I would say um, lead with sales. So, like, if you can't sell it, then it may not be the best idea. And that's oftentimes very frustrating in the beginning when sales are really, really hard to come by, and you do have to just believe in it enough until you get that first sale. But if you lead with sales, everything else comes a lot easier in the business. Like everything else, as far as talking to investors, growing your network, bringing on a team, everything is way easier if you focus more on sales once you have a baseline product.
What motivates you within?
Internally, I am motivated to make a difference in the world and make the world a better place for those afterwards. The idea with Simpliworks originally was to, yes, help sellers and create hyperscalable businesses. For me, it's a way to show that success can be delivered to small and medium-sized businesses, regardless of the normal capital constraints that come with really scaling a business. So opening up these sales channels in a really, really big way is really the idea for Simpliworks. And ideally, for me, it is also just doing that in a broader sense, to opening up capital markets to the wider world, to mom and pop shops, to small businesses. And really, we're starting that with Simpliworks and opening up explosive success for these small, medium-sized businesses.
What is your company's motto?
We make selling online as easy as buying online. So we all know that and the buying experience on Amazon is super simple. You can literally buy in one click, while the selling experience, as Siddique, I'm sure you know, is absolutely painful. So every day we're taking steps to better align both the selling experience with the buying experience.
Who is your ideal client?
Our ideal client has a ton of products with a real budget to spend behind it. So ideally a scaled brand. So for example, we have a larger keto brand that has relatively homogenous products that kind of all go together. Our advertising is uniquely situated to really explode brands that kind of have one through line.
How do you find your ideal client?
Right. So currently we're doing direct sales, and we pretty heavily use LinkedIn to reach out to them. But oftentimes we find that it's actually through referrals. Some of our best sales channels aren't a sales manager or anything like that. It's just a guy who knows a bunch of people, because everybody knows somebody who sells something online.
How do you engage your ideal client?
Hmm. So typically, I like to connect initially with the brand manager, and then usually work over to the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. Another way is to start off with their head of finances. Generally, we are a cheaper option, but the results that we deliver far outweigh any costs associated. So we really focus on that value, but really working in, with their marketing or their financial guys.
What are your well defined products or services?
Mm-hmm. Right. So right now we have two services or two products. One is Amazon listings, which we can create and deliver within 48 hours. This includes 7 gallery photos, titles, 5 bullet points, and 7 A+ content modules. And then the second thing is our one-click ad service. So literally one click, and we launch advertising for you and manage it on a daily basis.
Why someone should buy from you?
Sales. We lead with sales. If you're interested at all, we will happily give you a 14-day free campaign. We're probably the only company in the world that offers sales as our lead gen.
How do you crush your competition?
By being more accessible and by actually doing the hard work. What we're really noticing in the space is people avoid the actual ad creation, the actual ad management, and they focus on optimizing what you've already done. When a lot of people are coming into Amazon, a lot of brands are coming into this space, not knowing how to advertise on these platforms, we'll crush our competition by being the most readily available and actually doing the hard work for you.
How do you deliver a 5-star client experience?
Mm-hmm. Well, first, we ensure the highest quality built for Amazon content. Having great representation of your product on the platform really lays a beautiful foundation for finding success on the platform. And then additionally, having fully scaled advertising associated with that. But generally, what customers really want is just to understand what is going on Amazon and understand how to work with it. Amazon is relatively opaque and hard to understand. So if I can deliver an experience where my client feels educated and informed, that is the best experience.
How do you use your sales proposals to close more deals?
Mm-hmm. Right. So we like to lead with performance generally. So we oftentimes just do a quick test. Give us 1 to 7 products, and we'll show you more sales than you've seen across the rest of your portfolio. This, I want to say, works 100% of the time because it really does. Up to this point, we haven't had a client walk away from us after using our trial. They've always engaged immediately after seeing those sales come in.
How do you convert your clients into your brand ambassadors?
Mm-hmm. Again, all comes back to sales. Our clients are our biggest revenue streams, not just from their portfolios, but from their friends. Up until about 2 months ago, 90% of our business was 100% referral. And now, of course, that's splitting off, but we're still doubling down on that.
How do you handle rejections?
Mm-hmm. So I actually love this question because our philosophy is one of abundance. At some point, every business will need the service we offer at some point. So there's no reason to get like him and haw about somebody saying no, because they're not saying no, they're just saying not now, which means either they're not ready to go on Amazon right now or they're not ready to move forward right now, but eventually they will. And we found clients usually circle back within 3 to 6 months. After initial rejection. So typically we just try to be as helpful as possible, give any information we can, and leave an open relationship. Absolutely no bridge burning here.
How do you handle an angry client?
Mm-hmm. We give them time. We give them our time. Our time is extremely valuable. We find that giving them a place to work through their frustrations and find a way to reach an amicable solution is really the best way. They're all people. They just want to be heard and they want to be worked with and feel like the service that they're paying for is delivering. It is working to deliver them the best experience.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
What are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for the weather. It is a beautiful day outside.
How do you start your day?
I start off my day with an espresso with a little bit of milk. Meditation, I use a metronome to match my heart rate, really gets you in the right headspace. And then I journal before working out and starting my day off with my team that helps assist in the larger scale optimizations.
How young are you?
I turn 25 next week.
Yeah, Keith, you are not 25. You are 18 years old with a 7 years experience.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
What you want to do when you grow up?
Doing it right now. All I want to do is build businesses. All I want to do is continue to change the world. This is exactly what I want, and it was really amazing to figure that out about a year ago.
What is your plan to achieve your goal?
So it is to continue to raise money for Simpliworks, continue to grow this business, and show that true scale is completely achievable regardless of your company size.
How will you feel in case you don't achieve your goal?
I'll be good. As an entrepreneur, you got to just get back up and keep going. So, I would be excited. It's just time to start the next thing if this doesn't work out, but this will work out.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Through community. I rely on friends and family. And without my community, I don't know if I would overcome all the challenges I've had in life.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Do more and try more. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
Right. Um, so a lot of this comes down to trust and knowing that there is already baked in trust into this relationship. And a lot of it is ensuring that they feel cared for in it and that you don't just get so wound up in your own idea that you forget about them. They are still another person. They care about you. So don't think of them wanting more time or anything as them taking it away from you. That is just what they're owed. So oftentimes in my relationship, I find that the best way to go about some of these more time consuming problems that we're trying to solve is through understanding and making intentional time. So, like planning out dates, planning events, or just planning a specific hour of the day.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
My mentor is Chris Jones. He is a fund manager at One Digital, and he's been mentoring me throughout college. He's been really helpful in allowing me to understand how to traverse some of these business relationships, how to grow myself, and how to rapidly educate myself in an ever-changing world.
I like to interview your mentor. Would you please make an introduction?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Why being impactful is important to you?
I feel it is my duty as a human to help this organism move forward. I want to leave a legacy, not just for myself, but ideally for humanity.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for the structures I leave behind and the impact they have on people's daily lives. I think right now, in our current world, value is tied way too closely to money, when really our value is in our time. And ideally, we will have a world in the coming decades where that is better aligned. Um,
How can we support you?
Yeah, please check out simplyworks.io. If you have an Amazon account, please log in and launch a campaign. We'll give you a free 14-day one. If you don't see sales, then it's not Simplyworks, I promise. Please check us out. We'll have just launch a campaign. We'll absolutely blow up whatever sales you're currently doing.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have you a few words about today's guest experience on the show. Here's my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It's been a great experience. Siddique and his team have really thought of this as my experience, which is really unique. I really appreciate the time, and really they've made this completely seamless.
What would you say as a final word?
So final word. Let's make selling online as easy as buying online. This is a really exciting time. We're seeing so many businesses like rise and rise, especially with the likes of Thrasio, Make Heroes, and SellerX buying up all these Amazon businesses. If you're a brand that's not on Amazon, get on Amazon today. The future is in online, and people may or may not be going back to retail. So get online and get on quickly with Simplyworks.
Thank you so much, Keith, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.